Hey, this is John.
And Jess.
And we are the Relationship Revivalists, and we're coming to you today from our home here in Portland. And, this week we're talking a lot about love.
Yes.
And it's so awesome because, what is the one thing that we all crave during our whole entire life? It would be love.
Absolutely. Love.
And so what a fitting time to talk about love in the month of February, the home of Valentine's Day. And, it's not, love is a great thing, so is Valentine's Day, but what I'm trying to get at is love has also an opposite, and that opposite is fear.
Yeah.
So let's go through just really quickly what the traits are of love and what the traits are of fear. Do you want to start?
And there's a point to that because we'll get to that in tomorrow's video. Why we went through this too today, but so love, and you please think of this as you're watching the video too. Are there any other traits of love or fear that we left out?
Yeah, comment below if you can think of anything that we left out in the video. Comment below, and we would love to hear your thoughts on this.
And if you know the Bible at all, you've probably heard 2 Corinthians, right, about love. Love is patient, love is kind, and it goes on and on and on about love. And we talked yesterday about how God is love, so you could say God is patient, God is kind, and all those, he's all those traits. And really it's like, if we look at it as a checklist, like, oh, I'm not always patient, I'm not always kind, and we could really kind of beat ourselves up sometimes, like I'm not close to love at all sometimes, but sometimes we feel like we are and sometimes we feel like we aren't. But if we think about it a little bit differently, it's really a way to free us up if we look at that list.
Yeah.
And so love is freedom. And so we're going to talk a little bit about love, a little bit about fear. So if you think about fear, love's opposite, love's nemesis, if you will. I know a lot about fear because I have battled with anxiety really my whole life. I have a couple key memories in my childhood, and I remember intense fear. And it was, I would call it more imaginary, maybe from something going on, but it never really happened to me. But I was watching, not watching. Well, anyway, it's hard to explain, but I think we could all say, yeah, I remember a time when I was afraid as a kid. Whether it's it's maybe you think it's a scary monster in your room, or you watched a scary movie, or maybe you really had some, troubles within your family, but for some reason I've had to battle anxiety, which is fear. Yeah. And so I know that fear feels yucky. It feels like it binds you up. It shuts you up. You start to get quiet and don't even talk. Yeah. And when I know for myself, when I start to think about too many things, like how's this going to work out? What if this happens? What if the worst happens? Blah, 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 blah. It feels terrible, right? Yeah. And on the other hand, though, when I feel like I'm feeling God's love around me, I feel empowered.
Yeah.
I feel like I can go do anything he asks me to do because I know that his love is going with me and I have all the power he's given me.
All the more reason to say that nothing is impossible with God.
Yeah. When you're in his love, right? There's like a realm that, I personally wish that I could feel like I'm in all the time, which we're always in his love.
Yeah.
When you really think about it. But there are times where I feel it more than others, right? I know that we can't go based on feelings all the time because that's just faith, right? Yeah. There are times where we don't feel like we're feeling God's love, but by faith we have to know that he's around us loving us. Yeah. But our point today is fear versus love, or love versus fear, and the differences. Yeah. So let's remember that as we go into tomorrow's video. It's going to be really great how we kind of put it all together.
Yep, absolutely. So that's it for today. If you haven't done so already, we have a PDF that you should definitely download. And Like I've said in previous videos, if you've listened to me tell you, this is a PDF that you absolutely need to have in your possession. It's a game changer, a life changer, a relationship changer, so why wouldn't you download it? Simple as that. I mean, the link is in the description. Go ahead and do it now, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
I'll see you soon.